As a new reviewer, I think today I learned that we shouldn't allow Brie in the kitchen. Ooh, actually, I recently listed out exactly all of the stuff that happened in the kitchen. 1, permanently damaged my fridge. 2, almost burned out my house 4 separate times. 3, had to go to the ER because of a cooking stream that I did. 4, stabbed myself with a needle over 25 times in 2 hours. 5, thrown up 8 times in one stream from the food that I was making. And then, oh shit, what was the other one? Wasn't there something else? No, I made mustard gas for a really long time in my room. Not from a kitchen though. That was in my old house. And then I also was I was washing my dishes with black mold for a really long time because I didn't know. But yeah. 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 I was telling Gucci about a project that I wanted to do. And the project would require me to do some more like, what's it called? Some more hands-on crafty stuff. But I was explaining it to him, and then he said, looking forward to see your progress. Don't hurt yourself with it though. That looks scary. And I said, I've never injured myself doing a stupid hobby ever before in my life ever. And he went, really? Really? And then I started to list off the several times that I did it, including the like 20 times I stabbed myself with a needle trying to sew. And then once I tried to sculpt like a miniature out of foam for D&D, and I had a knife and I was just like chipping pieces of it off, and then I cut my finger and I went downstairs crying and I was like, "Mother, I cut my finger." She got a Band-Aid for me, put a Band-Aid on it, and then went, okay, cool, like, be careful. And then I went back upstairs, went, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be careful this time. Within 30 seconds, cut a different finger, walked back downstairs, said, "Mother, I cut myself again, please help." And then she said, okay, maybe you should take a break, maybe, like, clearly you're being, like, careless, maybe it's because you're a little tired or something, maybe you should take a break from this. And I went, that's a good idea. Then I went back upstairs, a minute later, I cut myself a third time on a different finger, went back downstairs, and then got another Band-Aid, and essentially that repeated itself, 6 times. I stopped telling my mother that I got injured because she told me to stop doing it because I would get injured again, and I went, nah, and then it indeed happened, and I didn't want to prove her right. So I stopped telling her, and I just kind of coped with it. Anyway, last year for Offkai, last year for Offkai, for anyone that came to my meet and greet, I gave them little gift baggies, and I wanted to make something special for them, so I made friendship bracelets. You know, the ones where you just get, like, a bunch of beads, and then you put them all on, like, a string, and then you tie the string together, and then that's literally all you have to do. Anyway, I burnt my table and permanently damaged my table from burning it when making friendship bracelets. When I was at Offkai, I went through 70 Band-Aids.
Saber 9580 celebrates.
Was it 70 or 40? It was a lot. It was a fair amount. It was at least more than a box. Because I remember I bought 2 boxes on purpose. Why fire? Oh, okay. So I was struggling to figure out how knots work, right? Because you had to, like, when you put all the beads on, you have to tie them up. And then I couldn't figure out how to make a knot that would actually get tied. And so I went, oh, well, the cable, like, that I'm using is plastic. So why don't I just melt the plastic? But I didn't have anything to melt it. Like, I didn't have, like, a tool for it. So I just used matches. And so I would put it in front of me and then kind of hold it, like, hanging, dangling from one side. And then hold the other side. Like, I would basically pinch the knot together that I vaguely made and then put a match, like, right under it. And then wait for the plastic to melt. Only it didn't melt them together because it was too hot. Instead, it just kind of dripped plastic and then made the plastic disappear. And then I freaked out about that. And then the match fell on the table, was still lit, as well as the incredibly hot plastic. And then I burned the table. was trying to think of. Oh yeah, I cut 2 of my toes yesterday because I tried to put the tree away, and everyone was very confused about how I did that. It's because my tree is fake. My tree is fake, and it's in 3 different sections, and the middle part of the tree is plastic. It's like a hollow tube, and I put the tube down, but it was really really big for me, so I couldn't really reach. So I kind of put it down like sorta in front of me, but then I realized that the cable was still connected to the other piece of the tree, and so it like dangled weirdly, and then just basically shoved the tube into my toe. Yeah, yeah. What else? What else? What else? How else have I injured myself? See, the thing is that I don't injure myself normally, like, very, like, badly. Like, the worst I've ever had is when I cut myself open with a can opener when I was on stream and I did that cooking stream. Other than that, once I lightly sprained my ring finger when bowling, and that's, like, the worst I've ever done. Like, I've never broken a bone. I've never, like, oh, when I did hobby class way back in like elementary school, I would come home every single day with burns because we did soldering, and I made a pachirisu out of the solder material, and I burned myself quite literally every single day, like on my hands and fingers and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then I burned myself, and I kind of forgot. I the scar is gone now, but for like several years, I had like a scar on my finger from when I burned myself trying to flip a pancake. Oh, and every single time I use a hot glue gun, I burn myself. Like I think burning yourself with a hot glue gun is fairly normal. I think that's like a thing that people do. Like you're using a hot glue gun, you're gonna burn yourself. But it's really bad. Like whenever I use a hot glue gun, I do have to like shove my hands under like cold water for a while every single time. That to the point where I literally would like back when I used to craft a lot, I would just keep a bowl of water next to me when I would use a hot glue gun because I was so used to burning myself every single time that I would just shove my hands in the water. I'm just I'm just a clumsy person. Okay? I'm just a clumsy person. It's just whoopsies. Shucks. Whoopsies. The fact that you had learned how to deal with being burned but not how to burn yourself, well, I tried to. I tried to be like, okay, this time for sure, I'm not gonna burn myself. And then it would happen because I would forget or I don't know, I'm clumsy. I'm clumsy. I don't know what you want with me. Whoopsies. Whoopsie.